so significant figures. This should be a super quick recap.
Oh, sorry. I didn't get the. I don't think I have shake it before, haven't we?
Okay, I'll get you a second. So this should be a recap for you. I think it's on. Alright, just to recap this stuff, not on the test. If anyone asks me at the end of this lesson, or just before the test, that they spent 25 hours learning significant figures, I will say more for you. Okay, so this is not on the test coming up. Okay, everyone's clear on that? Yeah, good. So significant figures, they're counted from the start of the number. Okay, so if I say to you how many significant figures does the number have, you start counting them from the start of the number. Zeros. Zeros are not usually considered as significant unless. Okay, so these are the unless situations. Wait. So if a zero is in between other figures, then it would be significant. So this zero here is in between other digits, therefore it is significant. If a zero has been put at the end of a decimal number, then it is significant. So these two would not be, because the number hasn't started yet. This one would be, because it's at the end of a decimal number. The reason I'm pointing this one out to you especially is because this is what happens to so many people when they round numbers. They round them and they put zeros in place of the things that have gone missing or that you've dropped off. And that causes you to get the wrong answer. Okay, so you should never put zeros on the end once you've rounded. They're also significant if we need them to be. So for example, if I wanted to round the number 29.8 to two significant figures, we know that rounding rules say that the 8 shifts the 9 up. For 8, we add 1 to the 9, which ultimately adds 1 to the 2, which means we get 30. Now normally this 0 would not be considered as significant, but we would say that that has two significant figures because we have rounded it as such. Does that make sense? Right, okay, so how many significant figures does this first number have? Sarah? 3. Those of you at my class last year, I think these are the same dates. So just so you're aware.
I don't remember them anyway.
Oh, good. Georgie?
The next one.
1.
But they're not significant figures at the end of my phone number.
Correct, they are not. And Sienna?
3.
3, yeah. This next one, Indigo.
3.
Yep. Okay, so I'm hearing really. Why? What were you considering?
Because I would say 6. You know why? Because it would be 305,000. That's why I was going to say 6, because the zeros are after.
Okay, but I said that zeros are not significant unless they satisfy one of these conditions. Is it in between other figures? Those ones at the end. Are the ones at the end in between other digits? No, there's just zeros on the end, yes? Are they at the end of a decimal number?
No.
No, okay? And they're not, we don't need them to be, okay? So therefore those 3 would not be considered as significant. See the difference? Yeah? 3.600. Someone different and squared. No. Eliana. Name's right.
You know what? 3?
No.
4.
Abby?
4.
4. Okay. This one has 4. Can we all see that? Okay. So, what's this?
They're at the end of the
Teacher, this is a decimal point, yes? They're at the end of a decimal number, therefore we would count them as being significant. Now, yes, this has the same value as this. Okay, it's exactly the same amount. 3.600 and 3.6 have the same value. But this one has 4 significant figures, this one just has 2. Okay? And the reason is because these are after a decimal point. Is everyone clear on that? Yes? Okay, so we sometimes need zeros. Does anyone remember what these three are actually called? They have a special name. Vintage?
Oh.
I know.
Why ask a question and then answer
No,
it
I
yourself?
thought you were gonna. Oh, you said a specific name after I raised my hand because I thought it was. I was gonna say they represent months.
Yes, but they have a fancy cat's name. Do you remember mine? Good girl. Placeholders. These are what we call placeholders. So you just asked you.
No, I know that their placeholders was the thing.
They hold it in place because if you round it to 305,
Maybe one time.
do you remember me always saying to you money, big money, okay? So if you rounded something to 3 significant figures, but you've got a big number to start with.
One of them. What's the point of them?
Oh, these two? Yeah, very rarely do you have them, but I'm trying to make it clear to you, don't put them if you're rounding stuff, because they are counted as significant. Yes? Sorry, I thought you meant the one above.
Are the two on the very bottom placeholders as well?
Yes. No, sorry, not no. No, someone's just rounded it incorrectly, probably.
Okay.
They put them there and they shouldn't be.
Okay.
Alright, so the rounding rules are the same as for decimal places. We remember what that is. I've summarised it just in case. So you underline the digit that may need to be changed. You look to the digit immediately to the right. So just the one digit to the right of it. If it's 5 or more, you add 1 to the digit that you've underlined. If it's 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, you leave it alone and drop the other digits. Okay? So if we're rounding 2.518 to 2 sig figs, so we count 1, 2. I'm underlining my 5. I'm looking at just this digit here. Is that digit 5 or more? So it satisfies the other condition in which we just drop it and we write 2.5. We get it? Next one is to 3 significant figures. Same number though. So count 1, 2, 3. I'm underlining the 1. You circle the digit, just the digit immediately to the right of it. Is that 5 or more?
Yes.
So therefore we add 1 to the line, the digit we just underlined. So it's going to become 2.52. Everything else goes. What I want you to do is when you've looked at these, you check to say, have you got 2 significant figures in your answer? 1, 2, yes. Have I got 3 significant figures in my answer? 1, 2, 3, yes. Okay? If you've got any more digits, any extra digits, you need to do something about it.
Why is that the same number in this?
So you can draw on it and show what you're doing. So you can do the underlining and circling. I thought it was helpful.
Okay.
Really not.
No, it is. I know, I just don't think if the zeros are before, you still add them.
No, we haven't got to that one yet. Nice question though. We'll ask it in a few seconds when we get there, okay? So 94.799 to 2 significant figures. So you count 1, 2, underline the 4, circle the 7. Is the 7 5 or more?
Yeah.
So what happens?
Boost the number up.
So it becomes
95.
95. Do we write anything else?
No.
Good. 4 significant figures. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. Underline the 9. Circle the next 9. What happens here? Gosh.
Okay, so it would boost that number up, which will boost the next number up. So it'll be 94.80.
Good. Now, as I've been saying, normally we don't write that 0 on the end, do we? And I've said to you, don't write zeros on the end. But if we didn't have it, we would only have 3 significant figures. So this example is one of those bits into the category of if you need it. Okay? So we needed the 0 there to be significant, therefore we wrote it in. Everyone happy with
So
that?
it's a placeholder?
Essentially, yes.
So can I label it as a placeholder?
I'd rather you didn't because it might confuse you for other placeholders. Mostly placeholders are considered as the big numbers, so it's just there to keep the correct number of digits. So we want to. If anyone's unsure about the whole adding 1, so consider this number as 79. You're adding 1 to it, it became 80. Okay, that's often an easier way of thinking about it. Right, so this is where Georgie's question comes into play. Where do we start counting? Has the number started here? No, it doesn't start until big 8, okay? So we count 1, 2, we're underlining the 2, we circle the 6. Does 6, 5 or more?
Yeah.
Yes, so we're going to write 0.008.
How come you didn't count the zeros?
Because they don't count. Zeros don't count as significant digits. Essentially, our number hasn't quite started yet. Those zeros at the front would be considered placeholders. So 3 significant figures. 1, 2, 3, circle the 9, it becomes 0.00827. Lovely. I'm hoping a lot of you are like, this is so easy, I can do this in my sleep. It's interesting though, because often we just do it here, and then when it comes to doing stuff in your actual work, silly mistakes are made. You've got to be really careful that you're thinking about it whenever you're working. Now, as I've been talking about, sometimes we need zeros as placeholders. I like to remind people money, okay? If I had offered you this much money, okay, what number is this? Taj? 6?
Sorry. 268,723.
But that's quite a lot of money, isn't it? Yes? Alright. Don't like working with small change, so I'm going to ask you to round it to 3 significant figures, and I'm going to give you that amount, okay? So if we were to round that into 3 significant figures, we count 1, 2, 3, underline it, circle the next digit. It becomes 2, 6, 9, because it was a 7, which is more than 5. So, am I going to give you $269?
No.
Or, well, I would love to give you $269. Would you be happy if I gave you $269? No, because you've been very shafted with this. What we need to do is make sure we are keeping these digits in the correct column, hence the name, the need of placeholders. So we're going to add 3 zeros onto the end here. Okay? Does everyone understand that? Yes? Are you writing the notes here?
So we only don't if it has like a decimal?
Yes, so if we had said this was 75,
We would just,
we would leave it here.
okay.
Yes, so we wouldn't care about these because as soon as you start adding them onto here, it makes all of these significant, and then that's wrong. Good question. Good? All right. So, same principle to 2 sig fig, 1, 2, underline, only a 1, 3, 4, 0, 0. I'm going very fast, I'm hoping people are like keeping up with me. Underline the first digit, circle the 4, 3, 0, 0, 0. Underline the 3, circle the 6, 2, 4, 0, 0, 0. Underline the 6, circle the 2, 2, 3, 6, 0, 0. Underline the 3, 4, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0. And underline the 0, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0. Close my hands.
Almost.
Okay. So that's a very quick recap. So you've got a double-sided page of questions, and you've got the answers. Try and hide the answers from yourself to start with, and just get through as many of those as possible. And then I think I'll give you like 15 minutes. 15 minutes to get as many of those done as possible. So one of the sides is just significant figures. One of the sides has decimal places too. You need to make sure you're reading the question. Okay, I thought it was good to have a recap of decimal places as well.